more and more products and services contain an increasing amount of software. Just think about the modern car, right? You could argue that a car is actually an application on wheels, or is actually a collection of applications on wheels. Modern cars like the Chevy Volt, the first electric car that General Motors built, nowadays contain tens of millions of lines of code, contain processors that in former years would have been sufficient for a mid-sized data center, are dependent in their performance very much on faultless software. Remember also when something goes wrong. So there have been reports in the press that electronic brake systems failed and software was suspected, although this could not be proven. So software is, in effect, more and more what really creates the value of a product, even if the product is essentially physical. And building software in such a way that software and hardware, that physical products, electrical engineering, and software engineering fit together is important for companies to be successful. In my role as the former Chief Technology Officer of Software Group, I've talked to many companies that tell me that nowadays the planet really becomes smarter through smarter software, and that they need to improve the way they develop this software. And this is why it's so exciting for me to now be the head of Rational Software, which provides the tools for teams to manage the life cycle of applications and systems. So Smarter Planet starts with innovation. And software development is really the invisible thread that holds innovation together. As I said before, a modern car like the Chevrolet Volt contains a lot of software. And developing this software in a consistent, effective way requires process and tools. And we in IBM Rational provided the tools that allow General Motors to develop the software for the Chevrolet Volt. The use of lifecycle tools significantly speeds up the time to market of such products. So General Motors believes that using our tools help them significantly accelerate the schedules for the Chevrolet Volt. So in my role as the Chief Technology Officer for Cloud Computing, I met with many clients that were looking at introducing test and development clouds, meaning providing test and development environments to their teams through a central delivery mechanism on a cloud that provides virtual images in an automated way through self-service portals. This has two important effects. It, on the one hand, allows the enterprises to use their resources much more efficiently through virtualization and automation, but many of the CIOs and CTOs that I talk to also say that what they intend to achieve through this central delivery is better consistency in the use of environments and tools, and also more flexibility in the test and development process itself. Just think of one of the major trends in software development today agile development, which is represented through rapid iterations of code development, including test. If it takes you weeks to get a test environment, if it takes you a long time to ensure that the right environment gets brought up, obviously you cannot iterate quickly. Or you cannot test in these iterations. So in order to ensure flexibility in the development process and a stringent quality control, you need to automate your test process using tools, and you need to automate the provisioning of test environments. That's what the more advanced customers see. What I also see increasingly in these customers is the standardization of the development environments. So they say, for instance, I want all my users to use the rational software architect in a particular way. So I provide virtual desktops with rational software architect. Or they say, I want all my development teams, the new projects, to have access to a team collaboration tool immediately. So I want rational team concert to be available through my development cloud. And I've seen more and more take-up of clouds in test and development. We've also, of course, very strongly increased the use of test and development clouds within our own development labs. For instance, the lab here in Rome has a test and development cloud that enables its 500 or so developers. The labs in Böblingen in Germany or in Hursley in England have test and development clouds. Our CIO uses a cloud for the developers of IBM internal applications. So we ourselves are an example of the advantages of this. So I have to admit that I'm not as familiar with the Italian market as I am perhaps with the American market or the market in some countries in Asia and other countries in Europe. But what I find, and again, one of my customers here is a major Italian bank, or actually an international bank centered in Italy, that these customers are all introducing private clouds into their environments, usually to provide standardized services within either the own enterprise or to their customers or to their business partners. So if you just look at the statistics, you can say that a large majority of customers worldwide, in all geographies, and in all industries, is looking at the introduction of clouds. Now, most customers that we deal with are looking at so-called private clouds first, namely clouds that are controlled by just one enterprise. Mm-hmm. However, we also see enterprises looking at sharing cloud environments amongst a set of enterprises. So in America, they sometimes call this a community cloud environment, where the community is the enterprises sharing the cloud. IBM, for instance, has built a community cloud for the US federal government. We also offer cloud facilities to our clients, where the difference to some other clouds is that only enterprises, not individuals, are the users of the cloud. Our customers believe that this gives them more control and a higher degree of assurance that all other users of the cloud will behave themselves. Enterprise data are one of the most important assets that enterprises have, and they, in a sense, guarantee the security and privacy of these data with, well, the reputation of the enterprise itself. So it's very natural that every organization is very attentive to security of data. Now, I believe that cloud computing just highlights the need for data governance, security governance, security best practices, and actually for the use of the appropriate tools for access management, identity management, compliance. Now, what I would recommend to every enterprise is to work with their cloud service provider to clearly understand what the cloud service provider guarantees and how they guarantee it. We, for instance, in IBM, have a contract with the users of our cloud that specifies what we are doing and what we expect our clients to do.
No risk.
Right? Well, there is risk. There's always risk, but it's a question of how do you manage risk. Well, as the term says, legacy is actually a very good term because the legacy applications incorporate much of an enterprise's knowledge and business processes. So modernizing legacy applications is a major technique for enterprises to, well, unleash the hidden potential in their applications. So we provide tools and services to many clients to modernize not just their mainframe applications, but any type of aging enterprise application through tools like Asset Analyzer, through services, through actually enabling our clients to use collaborative lifecycle management. So we've provided integrations between the Rational Team Concert tool, which is, I would say, arguably the fastest growing tool for collaborative development in our portfolio, also in a Z context. So we find actually that especially customers that are doing multi-platform development are adopting new tools and technology to embed and move forward their existing applications.